This is the Seahawkers podcast, live and uncatfished. I'm Brandon Schultz, and I am joined by my good buddy, Adam Emmert.
This has been a quality Sunday, my man. Cardinals lose, Rams lose, Seahawks win, defense dominates again. It was a fun game.
I like how you ended that with a question mark because, yeah, there were some questionable moments that it made you wonder whether or not this was a fun game. But this is a victory, and it is against a division rival. And there were some sloppy moments in this game. But I feel like when it comes to division games, we've gotten to know our Seahawks as teams that will play sloppy games. And this was one that they won. And I think...
Yeah.
To go back to your original point, the defense. How about that? 10 points against these Cardinals.
The defense. And not only that, but the offense basically set them up for the 3 points that they did get. So the defense played a whale of a game. Jamal Adams was everywhere early. He looked like a difference maker. And I think I want to title this game, Brandon, the spoon game that wasn't. Like, he has the pick taken away from him by the great play by Marquise Brown. He gets the pick taken away from him on the penalty that had no bearing on the play. He had the sack towards the end of the game taken away from him because of Tariq Woolen's holding. What a game. And the big hit. Now, that one didn't get taken away. You can't take big hits away.
You can't take away.
Spoon was awesome.
Rondale Moore on the day. I was a little bit worried about Rondale Moore, but Witherspoon was not. He got 4 rushing carries for 24 yards and 2 catches for 2 yards, an average of 1 yard per catch, and an average of 1 soul stolen. A half a soul, because he only got his soul stolen on one of the catches.
There you go. So, he averaged half his soul gone each time he caught the ball. That's what you want to do as a defender. Rondale Moore, that was one of the dudes you're like, I'm a little afraid. And I was like, get out of here. Like, he made a couple plays, but nothing crazy. Dobbs, honestly, like, he played fairly competently. He should have been picked off multiple times in that game. Defensive pressure was good for the most part. They were getting after him, making him run around. And holy crap, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the inside linebacker play, man. Like, Wagz and Brooks were they were balling this game.
All over. Like, every time a tight end caught a pass, it felt like Bobby was there or Brooks was there. They were both in the backfield multiple occasions. Brooks had a sack on the day, and he probably shared half a sack on the one other play toward late in the game, so he probably finished with 1.5. We've got Amy Holmes coming in with the $9.99 super chat for beating the Sharks by 10. The third time in a row, Adam, the Seahawks have beat the Cardinals by 10 points.
They have, and they still played us tough. Thank you to my sister from another mother there. We appreciate that very much. It was, I thought I saw that executive producer Ryan also came in with a very generous $10 donation. Appreciate you, man. And yes, it is an in to beat the Cards. It was an interesting game. The defense put together a full game and were dominant. It was fun to watch. The only guy that I watched on defense that I wasn't stoked about throughout the game was Darrell Taylor. He was horrendous on the edge against the run. Horrendous. Like, I could just give me Derek Hall instead of him every play. I don't even care if it's passing situations. The upside, Taylor got that garbage time sack. That's fine. I'm starting to get out on Darrell Taylor, but the rest of the defense, man, what a game.
Oh, he even redeemed himself toward the... Oh, there goes my audio.
Oh, no. What'd you do? Why? Oh, so Brandon... Hey, for once, it's Brandon with technical difficulty, guys. Doesn't that feel good for a change? Well, it does for me. I can tell you that. So I guess you're stuck with me for just a minute here. But I was super impressed by the defensive performance and Clint Hurts' game plan. Now, I understand that the Cardinals offense isn't exactly full of a bunch of world beaters. I get it. But they have been playing everybody tough, and they still played us tough, really, when you think about it. 20-10, it was close to that. 17-10 in the second half. And they let them hang around throughout that second half, because while the offense put together one half of good football, it was the second half of football that really kind of came unraveled for them. So first drive of the third quarter, they get the ball, march it all the way down the field, get down to the 1 yard line, have 3 cracks at it. 1st and 1, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 2, or maybe it was 2nd and 2, but get stuffed twice, then have the little flare pass out to the flat. They get stuffed there, and then Pete kicks the field goal. Ordinarily, I don't agree with Pete on most 4th down stuff, like I didn't at the end of the first half, but go up 7 there and make it a full touchdown that the Cardinals have to score there with the defense balling out. I get it, but the red zone struggles continue. Then the next drive, they get the ball, drive it all the way down the field, and then Geno gets flushed out to the left and makes a terrible throw trying to fit a ball into BOBO. I don't quite understand where his head's at on that one. Just throw the ball away. And that was a careless throw. Like, we're big Geno defenders on this channel. We talk about it a lot. I think Geno's a heck of a quarterback, and I don't understand the Geno hate. But, man, that was a boneheaded throw. You can't be doing that stuff. We need ball security. Number 1 rule of football, according to Pete Carroll, it's all about the ball. And so I was very disappointed with that. And then they follow it up the next drive by turning the ball over yet again when Geno fumbles a snap from Olu. Now, is that on Olu? Is that on Geno? Or is it more a factor that Olu and Geno just don't have a lot of time together and there's a little bit of a chemistry mismatch there because they haven't worked together as much? But I don't know what it is. It looked like it was on Geno to me, but that followed up in the 4th quarter. No, that was all 3 of them. Yeah. The failure in the red zone, pick by Geno, fumble by Geno, and the offense basically lays an egg in the second half. They were able to move the ball, but man, you just punch in a couple of those there in the second half, and this is the blowout that we all expected. Brandon, I was just saying, great game overall by the defense. Offense, good first half, poor second half. Fail in the red zone on the first drive of the second half, then follow that up with the Geno pick, then the Geno fumble, and leave a ton of points on the board while driving down to the red zone pretty much every time there.
Yeah, and it's hard to say that. I mean, it's easy to say that it was a bad game, especially in the second half for the offense, because the multiple turnovers, but it was up and down. I mean, Geno Smith still on the day, 219 yards, 18 of 24. It wasn't a great game because, but it wasn't his worst. I think it was still an improvement over last week, I suppose, even though he did have one pick that it should have been picked off. And then the one throw to BOBO that just shouldn't have been thrown. But, and then I don't know what was going on with the center exchange, but, Kenneth Walker, 105 yards. And it seemed like what was it? 60 yards of offense by Walker in the first half, probably. So they were definitely keying in on stopping the run in the second half.
Yeah, they very much were. And you could see, I thought you'd see a lot more DJ Dallas a little bit with Charbonnet being out, but they just leaned heavily on K9 the entire game. And there were times where I was super excited about him finding the cut, planting his foot in the ground, and just getting north-south. We all talk about it, and we want to see more of that out of him. And he did a better job overall. Well, there's still some that I'd like to see him cut it up a little earlier. Sure. But let's not forget about rookie receiver day. They kept saying it was tight end day on all the broadcasts here. It was rookie receiver day today. Touchdowns for everyone.
Touchdowns for JSN, touchdowns for Jake Bobo. One thing I want to touch on real quick with Amy Holmes, her comments say will be interesting to see how the personnel changed between the first and the second half offense. They did bring in Stone Forsythe, I noticed, to start the second half. I wasn't sure if that was something because I didn't pay attention to it throughout the entire second half, if they made a switch back, but we did see the shift to him. So I don't know if that was due to Curhan injury. That one was not one that was reported during the game anyway. So it may have just been a shift in personnel. But to go back to the receivers, Bobo with the toe tap touchdown, and JSN just wide open over the middle. Nobody even near him. And for whatever reason, I had it flip-flopped. I was thinking that the JSN catch was an 18-yard red zone reception, but it was the Bobo toe tap that was a red zone touchdown.
I think at this point, it's fairly safe to say that Bobo is our best contested catch guy. I would anyways.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You come down with that. I don't know if there's anybody to be able to make that catch with no separation at all was incredible. And I don't know about you. Do you? I know it was called on the field as an incomplete pass, and then they overturned it with the challenge. Did you see enough with the challenge replay to call it a touchdown?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. I missed that for a half tick.
Oh, did you see enough of the challenge replay to call it a touchdown?
Yeah, I saw the first part of it, the first of the 15 minutes that it took to figure that out, along with there was another play where there was a couple of fouls there. But yeah, that it was very clear to me that the toe came down and then his foot rolled out of bounds. I don't know what else there was to see. I mean, that seemed obvious.
It just seemed like a really far away angle. I kind of wanted to see if there was another one that the officials had seen that we weren't seeing on the screen, because that kind of overhead angle, it was tough to see where his foot came down in bounds. I thought based on that angle, it was tough to be definitive.
Not when it comes to Seahawks touchdowns. That was definitive. That was a touchdown. I thought it all the way there. I would have been surprised if they hadn't overturned it and given BOBO the touchdown there. But BOBO actually made a few nice plays with some really strong catches in traffic. And it's been just an absolute delight to watch him come alive. Give JSN credit, man. He had his best game yet as a Seahawk. Not only the touchdown, but he was converting a lot of third downs and getting after it. He did have the drop late on that 3rd and 7 to try to run out the clock. It hit him in the hands. You need
right
to catch that. You need to catch that. But definitely a step in the right direction for JSN. That was exciting to see. And then Tyler, man, what else can you say about Tyler other than give the man his flowers, national media? Like, just another game where he was making all the clutch plays right when he needed it. Just Tyler Lockett is unbelievable.
Some clutch sideline shots. We even got the tight ends involved. But yeah, to go back to the receivers, Jackson Smith and Jigba, 4 catches, 63 yards. BOBO, 61 yards receiving on 4 catches. So yeah, the rookies making a nice showing in this game, and a game where DK Metcalf needed a day off, I guess, with his rib injury and also the hip injury that he sustained during the game. And yeah, it was nice to know that they could keep things going. It obviously looked a little bit different with the offense, and they weren't, in terms of efficiency wise, we'd like to see it step up a little bit more. But again, offensive line issues in this game. And one of our producers in the chat pointing out that it was Stone Forsythe that started the whole game. So see, I didn't even notice him being a problem throughout the first half.
There you go.
It was just in the second half, I was like, oh, there he is. And that was the first time I noticed him. So
yeah,
obviously, offensive line, Oluwatimi, no big issues with him being out there as the starting center, but they were getting a lot of pressure off of that right side.
Yeah, and thank you to the broadcast team and whoever owns the Zoom mic on the sidelines there towards the end of the game, because I got to hear all sorts of Oluwatimi line calls and their communication, and it's clear that he is a good communicator. It is clear that he understands what they're doing and, you know, who they need to be blocking and adjusting the blocking scheme. I think he played a very fine game for a rookie. That was exciting to see. I'm a big Olu fan. I'm a big center fan as a whole. So that was cool. Give the offensive line credit, man. Through the first half, they showed that graphic. I think it was in the second quarter. Gino was 11 of 13 with no pressure, and then 1 of 2 with pressure. So they kept him pretty clean throughout the first half. And man, he operates super smooth when you keep him at least upright.
We've got Nate Schutz saying, how about that Fant catch in traffic? Very nice catch. His only catch on the day for 25 yards and his only target on the day. But, you know, could we get some more Noah Fant targets maybe? If he's going to catch balls like that thrown to him from Gino 25 yards down the field, I like that very much.
Yeah, it's interesting that him and Gino don't seem to connect more. I remember Clinton going back and watching some game film and being like, I think Noah Fant, like, you know, slept with Gino's girl or something, because he just looks away from him at all times. But did find him there. And I think as the season goes on, we'll probably see him a little bit more involved in the passing game. Maybe not. It's one of those things too, where they keep rotating the 3 guys through, and whoever it is that's out there is productive. I mean, Colby had the nice play as well.
We've got Scott Campbell Photography coming in with a $7.99 Australian. I wonder when we will have a 100% healthy offensive line. Do you guys think this will make the difference with the offense, especially in the red zone? It'll make a difference in the red zone. I think the biggest difference, too, I don't know if it'll make the biggest difference in the red zone, because on the plays where we saw really good blocking from the offensive line in this game against the Cardinals, we saw Geno Smith just pick apart this defense. He was finding the open guy. He had all kinds of time in the world, and that was with this offensive line. So I think we'll see more of that. The red zone offense, I'm not quite sure what is going to be the fix in that, whether it's play calling, Geno, Waldron. It's a combination of all those things in the red zone, I feel like.
I got to imagine that when you have Evan Brown with his size, you have Bradford with his size, and then Abe Lucas with his size on the right-hand side of the line down in the red zone, a lot of those run stuffs that are happening right there on the goal line will turn into touchdowns. I do think it will make a difference. Now, is it going to take them from, being bottom tier in the NFL and put them into top tier? Maybe not, but at least get you to middling, right? And that would be all the difference for this offense, really.
Right. Yeah, and like Michael O'Hara points out, no more runs out of shotgun in the red zone. I think that would help. See, that's a play calling issue.
No more QB draws when you're 12 yards away in the red zone. Right. Like, maybe save that for 5 yards and in.
When Geno's dealing with injuries, no less, right?
Yeah. Don't think you call it the danger zone? Yeah, danger zone.
DCH giving it the danger zone moniker.
Yeah.
Hey, how about Amy Holmes coming in saying Pete Carroll for the win? 2 challenges, 1.5. In fact, he won both these challenges, and I don't think he knew what to do. I don't think he knew that he had a third challenge that he could use, because when Geno Smith went up and over the top toward the end zone, isn't the plane of the goal line supposed to go all the way out? So when he leapt over it, he got the first down, but can't you cross the goal line, or does the ball have to be in a certain position? I don't know.
So for the longest time, I thought it was as you've said. And then lately I've been thinking that I guess you have to at least touch the pylon. I don't know. Who knows? The rules are all different down in the red zone, including catches. But back to Amy's point here. I mean, I actually agreed with both Pete challenges. I about fell out of my chair.
Wow.
Like, yeah, that was crazy. I was like, I agreed with him on a 4th down and disagreed with him on only 1 4th down. To get stopped at the 50 after on 3rd and 2, throwing the ball for like no reason, and then choosing to turtle up and punt it at that point. I was just like, gosh dang it, freaking go for it. Your defense is playing lights out. If you don't convert, they'll stop them.
MG, we traveled down the highway fine. DCH just can't get in the danger zone.
That's right.
There we go. Going back to 80s tunes.
Yeah, going back to 80s tunes for sure. But so between agreeing with Pete on challenge calls, and then also seeing a wide receiver bubble screen convert a 3rd down, I didn't know I was going to make it to the postgame show. I thought I'd just die right there, because I never thought I'd see that sort of thing in my lifetime.
Explain.
Basically agreeing with Pete on challenges never happens for me. And then we never do well on bubble screens. Like, I just think seeing a bubble screen work and convert a 3rd down, like, about had a heart attack and died right there.
Yeah, nice little first down for JSN. And while we're talking about kind of 3rd downs and that sort of thing on this day.
Yeah, where were they on 3rd downs today?
Yeah, 18 first downs total, 15 for the Cardinals. Gosh, 3 turnovers. Even with the 3 turnovers, the Seahawks win time of possession with 30 minutes, kind of win. It's pretty close. Let's see. Where do we got
3rd down?
We got 3rd down numbers.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of the turnovers here. We talked about the Geno fumble. We talked about the Geno pick, and then the DJ Dallas fumble. It's like, dude, we have you out there because we don't have anybody who's dynamic as a returner, or at least they're not fielding them out there for that. And you have one job, and that's to possess the football. Please do not fumble. But a great play by former Seahawk Joey Blunt. It was former Seahawk on Seahawk aggression right there.
Yeah, I didn't like hearing Joey Blunt's name when that particular play happened, but They cause the fumble. They end up, and again, it goes back to the defense being able to hold that, because that was only a field goal that they were able to get off of that turnover by DJ Dallas.
Yeah, to turn the ball over 3 times and to only give up 3 points out of that is a miracle. But also, two of the turnovers, they were further down the field. They didn't give them a short field.
Holy hand grenade saying that defense is going to be scary. Carly Perkins coming in with a $4.99 super chat. So happy for the win this week. I'm going to the Browns game next week, so I know we'll win that. 5-2 going into November will be sweet. I love that we're sending Carly there as our ambassador, because I'm guessing she's never been there for a loss.
Yep, that's true. That's true. I'm sending my boys from the Mill there and John Day as well to head out to that game as well. So I know they're going to be good luck charms also. And we're going to need it offensively against a really good Browns defense. And I'm really hoping for some more offensive line help by next Sunday.
I mean, a really good Browns defense that gave up 38 points to Gardner Minshew and the Colts. So an inconsistent Browns defense. Although,
the smack talk begins. All right. I like it.
we gotta start it now, right?
Yeah.
How about the Rams going down 24-17?
That's why I started the show with it, man. Is there any better feeling than seeing division rivals go down and you get the dub, especially when one of them goes down by your own hands? That's great. Now I just need a Monday night loss for the Niners, and it's going to be the perfect week.
That's all we need left to happen. A loss by the Niners. I'm trying to get back as we're talking to the third down numbers.
Sure.
But it's just taking me a minute. It's fine.
They're elusive. Are they Ken Walker elusive?
Yeah. Kenneth Walker, 105 yards on the day. I think we mentioned that already. See, here I am.
Yeah. And Jonathan Vilma with a nice comment about Ken Walker's performance as well. Speaking in terms of, he had the one big run, but it wasn't like a huge backbreaker one. It was a lot of very consistent body blows, just like Vilma had pointed out. And that is bruising football. That's a way that you dominate a football game, even when you lose the turnover battle the way that they did.
Yeah. Consistent 4 yards a carry essentially throughout the day. So that's good to see. Third down conversion numbers, 7-13. So
over 50%.
Over 50%, held
That's
the Cardinals to 5 of 15. Also 0 for 3 on fourth down conversions. Pretty huge for the defense.
Very much so. I just can't say enough about the defense and just the steady play overall by the defensive line. And again, the back end of this defense with Spoon, Reek, and Jamal, and in Diggs. Holy smokes, dude! That is somebody said Legion of Spoon earlier. It might be hard not to go with that nickname at some point.
Right. Yeah. The way that he's laying hits. And again, I enjoy your title of this being a game that a huge game that wasn't for Devin Witherspoon, but obviously making his presence felt all over the field. Barry, aka Vanty, making his presence felt in the chat with a $4.99 super chat. Glad to be wrong about JSN. He's like liquid with the ball in his hands, just fluid, moving in space.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of these little quick passes to him, the little bubbles and things like that, and sweeps. He's not that speedster type, but get him out, 6-7 yards downfield, and then let that elusiveness and that fluidity really is the better word, just like Barry pointed out. Go to work.
Jeremy Green with the $1.99 super chat. How about K9 trucking guys today? Yeah, they showed the one replay of K9 just laying the wood to one guy with a run up the middle. Again, just got 5 yards, but it's that kind of pounding that he is continuing to deliver on those runs up the middle. And also, we get a little bit of everything with K9. It's some of the bounced outside. Unfortunately, he did try to go down on the sideline. But he was not quick enough to get the knee down before going out of bounds. So the Cardinals did get one more possession out of that. They ended up getting the field goal, but between his runs outside, his runs up the middle, he's a really good balanced running back.
Is there anything that K9 can't do except for catch a pass that's like a little too far out in front of him? The announcers,
I think his foot slipped. I will make excuses all day for K9. I think on that pass, his foot slipped, and that's why he wasn't able to extend and get that pass.
And it was just a little too far out ahead of him. Like, I mean, come on.
K9 regularly had 5 to 6 guys hanging on him and still moving. That was one of the other things that really showed out, is even on some of those where he would try and run it up the middle and he could spin out of it. And it just for him to take on 5 to 6 guys as they're trying to take him down, like, that's a lot of effort by the defense.
Oh yeah, man. K9 is, like you were saying, he's the all-around back, and I'm so glad that he is RB1. I know there's a lot of speculation by people that Charbonnet would end up being RB1, and it was like, what are we talking about here? K9 definitely has all the tools in his bag and continues to get better.
Total net yards on the day, 318 for the Seahawks, 249 for the Cardinals, playing from behind most of the day. 127 rushing yards for the Cardinals. That was combined, and a big part of that coming from their quarterback, Josh Dobbs, who, he had the one rushing touchdown, and that was their only touchdown of the day.
Yeah, it was. Most of those running yards by Dobbs came at the expense of Darrell Taylor not understanding how to play the read option.
Hey, on that note, I have, if I don't know if we're at 50 likes. Clinton in the chat can let me know if we are at 50 likes on the day. If we get there, I have a signed Darrell Taylor card to give away to one person in the chat today. So
fantastic.
As a way to say thank you for everybody tuning in this week, as a way to say thank you for Darrell Taylor for getting it together toward the end of the game and getting a sack. It was nice. Okay, Barry in the chat. We need three more, and I can give away Darrell Taylor signed rookie card.
Very good. And Clinton also pointed out to me before we started the pod here is that we are 21 subs away from 3,500. If we've earned it, we'd appreciate it. Please hit that sub button. I know it's annoying. Thank you a ton. And back to the game, a win over the Cards. And as much as it was disappointing to drop that one to the Bengals, we said at the time, didn't hurt that much because it's out of division, out of conference. This one, while supposedly an easier game, Cards always play us tough, and you need to take care of business on those ones. Those are the ones that playoff teams win on a regular basis. And the Seahawks came out and looked a lot more cohesive overall from the jump.
Yeah, it's a weird game because there are moments against a team like the Cardinals that only has one win on the season. You do want to see your team play perfect. And the fact that they struggled relatively in the second half to put up as many points as they should, to turn it over as many times as they did, it throws you off. It's throwing me off right now.
Yeah, it's hard to, but again, you're playing a division opponent and things go a little sideways against those guys, especially like a team like the Cardinals. So I look at this as a good win, but not a dominant win, except for on the defensive side of the ball. I think it's pretty clear at this point that the combination of Jamal, Bobby, Spoon, Reek, and Diggs, like that, and Brooks being back as well, that our defense is completely transformed. And let us not forget Jared Reed. He had the garbage time sack, but good for him. Nose tackles deserve sacks too. And he's been amazing since he's been back with us. I'm really high on this defense. I'm sold. I'm absolutely sold. I've seen him do it against high quality opponents, whether that's the Bengals or the Lions. And I've seen it do it against opponents like the Cardinals here. I'm in. Clint Hurt has officially turned it around, in my opinion.
All right. Well, we did hit over 50 likes. So what do you say we do this
let's
giveaway?
Do yeah.
And I'm going to do
totally non-rigged AI random generator. This is going to be great.
Totally non-rigged. Okay. I'm bringing up the keyword. You're going to have to type Taylor sack with an exclamation point to get involved in the giveaway. And so I'll give that a couple minutes for those folks who want to get into that. And yes, you only have to type it once, but Taylor sack exclamation point get you into the giveaway. And
you also have to pay $10 each for entries, right?
Are we giving away that now? Don't tell. Wait till everybody has a chance to enter, and then we charge them.
Oh,
and
right.
Then there's no takebacks.
Yeah, I like your bait and switch. That's good stuff, man.
I mean, why else do we do this?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Ooh, people want that card. Like a lot of people chiming in here. This is going to get interesting.
Darrell Taylor, after, I mean, yes, he didn't have that great of a first half. He got a sack in the second half. It made up for it. And if people don't want it, they don't have to type it. So that's just
That's
how it
fair.
goes.
All right. Well, I guess I'll refrain from typing.
I have an extra one for you if you really want it.
No, I think I'm good on that one, but I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Still got a few people coming in, and with this defense, did we come up with a name that we're gonna get? I don't know if I'm in on the Legion of Spoon name.
Yeah, I kind of think we need to get away from Legion things and have something unique to this group. They're a bunch of comeback players in a lot of ways, whether that's Bobby coming back from the Rams or Jamal coming back from injury or Jordan Brooks coming back from injury. Maybe there's something about, redemption in there or grit.
Yeah. And I like it being a more cohesive, something to do with the team, not just around one player. I think,
Even though Spoon is a freaking star, like he's a star.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But we didn't have a nickname around just one dude when it was the Legion of Boom. It was like an identity for the defense.
Oh, I totally agree. I just I want to give Spoon all the credit in the world, man, because he is playing out of his mind. And remember after week 1, and we were all like, "Ooh, Jalen Carter, he looks pretty good." Did we screw that up? No, we did not screw that up. We got a dominant corner edge player. And I think he's going to finish the season a lot like Tariq, maybe leading the league in interceptions. Again, should have had 2 today if it weren't for Marquise Brown's heady play and then being robbed by the refs.
All right. We've got 24 people eligible. And what do you say? We give this card away. Nuno. We know Nuno. Shoot me an email, gohawks@seahawkerspodcast.com, and I will get this in the mail to you.
You betcha. Kind of a steady Eddie game overall, and not a lot of like huge plays. I mean, we kind of covered the biggest ones there. So I mean, it's hard to talk about in depth in some ways until you actually go back and rewatch it.
The only thing that we didn't talk about was the fact that, yes, DJ Dallas had the fumble, but then he redeemed himself with a really nice 30-yard return.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big special teams play. And now that you bring it up, I wanted to give the special teams, who's the special teams coach? Is it still Schneider? Is it Brian Schneider still? Or is
let's just say for argument, yes.
Okay. All right. Whoever it is. I think it is. And that's terrible that I don't know that off the top of my head, but give them a lot of credit.
No, I don't think it is. Because the other dude took over.
Okay. So the other dude. Yeah. Give him credit. And
somebody in chat will have it.
Yeah. They have the fake punt on 4th down. And man, did they make a great adjustment pre-snap. Everybody knew their assignment. Every dude was covered up. That was excellent special teams defensive football. I thought that was awesome. Yeah,
Larry Izzo. Give it to Larry Izzo. Yes, he is the special teams coordinator now.
That's not easy. You don't see that very often. I can't imagine you practice it a ton either. That was really well coached and executed by the players. Well done.
Also, kind of a dumb call by the Cardinals on 4th down to throw it 4 yards on a 9 when you needed 9.
Okay, well, I mean, I get that, but the idea of going for it there, I don't think was dumb. I mean, you're an underdog. You've already gotten the turnovers you're probably going to get. Like, you need to create something. I get it in that moment for them.
See, there we go. We take the danger zone moniker away from the red zone on offense. We give it to our defense, and I think I like it better on the defensive side.
Okay, danger zone, maybe. That's not terrible.
We'll work on it. Somebody's going to come up with it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't expect us to be the only creative types here.
JR coming in with a $10 super chat. As a tight end, I love me some tight end day. Great catches, Fant and Colby. Just missing Uncle Will.
Yeah, but Uncle Will out there doing his blocking thing. Tight ends' lives matter, apparently. So that's cool. Tight end day is always fun for me anyways, because I do appreciate that position a lot just because of its versatility and how hard it is to play. There's a lot that you have to do. And all 3 of our tight ends are starting caliber tight ends in this league. That is such a cool group to be a fan of with this team.
Yeah, one of the stronger position groups for the team, and you like to see them use it more. I think they did use it a little bit more have to go back and check as we watch the film, but with the 20-10 win over the Arizona Cardinals, it's going to be a fun one to go back and watch for sure.
Without question, it's always fun to stomp a division rival. It's always fun to watch another one go down in the same time slot. Fuck you, Rams. You needed it. You deserved it. And the Hawks with the big victory. And I think with that,
there's only one thing left to say.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.